We love a walk in the woods, but for the most part, we have no idea of the dramas playing out over our heads. With dense leaves, we can't see the woods for the trees. But this is the canopy, a habitat that holds the most wonderful animal diversity. Here birds nest, squirrels forage, monkeys play, predators hunt. And new canopy dwellers are born, from tiny flying squirrels to adorable red pandas, all wanting to enjoy the high life. Who doesn't love a walk in the woods? A green bath in nature. One that sometimes leads to exciting glimpses of wild animals going about their daily lives. No matter how hard we look, we are missing the action. It goes right over our heads. Literally. The leafy shade that makes forests so cool, shady and relaxing are hiding a vast community, head and shoulders above the rest. For most of us, the occasional peep of a songbird or the distant tapping of a woodpecker is our only clue. It gets slightly easier in winter when deciduous forests are bare. Animals are more active and obvious as they work hard to find food, and without the cover of leaves, they are easier to spot. Some birds left, migrated to warmer climates, but the hardy eke it out. Now the noisy woodpeckers can be seen. The huge black woodpecker uses its impressive beak to chip away at the bark for insect larvae nestled snugly within. It can slam its beak against the frozen timber, and yet the woodpecker doesn't even get a headache. A powerful neck is behind the blows, but the birds rely on areas of spongy bone in the skulls and the tongue and tongue bone, or hyoid, to act like a seatbelt, securing the skull to prevent the bird from knocking itself out. Checking over the cracks it makes, another strong-billed bark-probing canopy dweller, a tree creeper, shadows its moves. But just because branches are laid bare and wildlife's more visible, doesn't mean that the canopy isn't full of surprises. There can be bigger beasts too. Very few monkeys live in cold climates, but these ones cling on. The only non-human African primates north of the Sahara. Famously known for sitting on the Rock of Gibraltar, where they are often called Barbary apes, though they are not apes at all, but macaques, native to the Atlas Mountains of Algeria and Morocco. Clinging to mum is the best way to stay warm during rare blizzards. These monkeys get exceptionally thick fur in winter. As the snow passes, the colony can get back to feeding. These macaques are unusual in that they live in big troops and are quite free and easy about sex. So when it comes to parental responsibility, no one is really sure who Dad is. For that reason, everyone mucks in, the males helping to care for the young. Though they can adapt to many habitats, the colonies are much bigger and healthier where they have access to cypress trees, with dense canopies that offer food and shelter. To the little ones, though, the best use for a canopy is as an exciting playground. Canopy creatures come in all shapes and sizes, though not all are this social. In the forests of the Himalayas, stretching from Nepal to China, winter can reveal one of the most weird and wonderful forest dwellers, the red panda. Though it's called a panda, it's not. Also known as a cat bear, it is neither. The red panda is in a family all its own, though a distant relative of weasels, skunks and raccoons, for which it bears some resemblance. It's known as a panda because, like its giant cousin, its diet consists almost entirely of bamboo, the world's largest grass and a fast-growing and reliable food source. The only catch is that bamboo is not very nutritious, so the red pandas need to eat a lot. And to make up for the calorie deficit when they are not eating, they sleep. They can even lower their metabolism to save energy, a semi-hibernation while they nap. But the lack of warmth and energy isn't enough to cool off this male. He's spotted a female and is ready to put the moves on her. He scent marks, spraying his delicate perfume to try and entice. Now he's got her attention, a bit of flexing. This guy works out. Finally, the approach. He hasn't blown it so far. If all goes well, in about 5 months, the canopy could be welcoming a new arrival. The canopy is vital, not just to the animals that shelter in it, but to the ground beneath and even to the planet. About 30% of the land is forest. Whether the cold conifer forests of the northern taiga, the dense rainforest of the tropics, or the mixed woodland in between, they form a dense, even blanket of green. The start of the food chain. The first building blocks are when plants take in gas and sunlight to create organic material. This is known as primary production. And 75% of the world's primary production happens here. The process produces about a third of the oxygen we breathe. It also takes in carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, the greenhouse gas causing climate change, and stores the carbon in the trees, so plays a role in climate stability. Half to 90% of the life in the forest is in the trees themselves. And as a result, complex relationships are formed between animals and plants. Like the nutcracker, a member of the crow family that has carved out its own unique niche. Its beak evolved to match the intricate designs of tree seed pods, in particular, pine cones. One bird can gather 100,000 pine seeds a year, and most it will stash, burying for later. You'd think this bird would be the tree's enemy number one, but by breaking the seeds out before they fall from the tree where rodents and other animals can eat them, the nutcracker is carrying them to safety. 20% of the seeds it buried will be left and will germinate, so the tree benefits from its feathered gardener. Thanks to their wings, birds have access to the top of the canopy. Exposed to the sun, the top layer of the forest, with all its leaves like little solar panels, gets the most energy, and so produces the most fruits and flowers. Rich resources for the animals that can get to them. Some are just taking advantage of the plants, rocking up at the salad bar to help themselves. But most are welcome guests and have benefits to the trees. Flowers are not for decoration. They are carefully evolved to lure animals with the promise of nectar. Birds, bats, and insects find it hard to resist, which is just what the trees want. With each visit, the plant dabs pollen onto its dinner guest. When diners move on to the next tree, they rub the pollen against the female parts of a new flower. It's sex by proxy, fertilizing the trees thanks to the well-fed sex aids. Fruits too. These are the plant seeds, their potential offspring. They wrap them in sweet, sugary flesh to entice animals. The creatures of the forest dine at their leisure, like this young North American black bear, which is going out on a limb to get to tasty berries. Though black bears can weigh several hundred kilos, they are expert tree climbers, so a great place for smaller bears to hang out, safely out of the reach of larger predators. This one props himself up for a nap, but not before a bathroom break. Like other canopy diners, his waste will rain down onto the forest floor, containing the undigested seeds in little blobs of fertilizer, helping the tree to spread its offspring far and wide. Large animals everywhere play this role. In Central Africa, it's monkeys. The big male drill isn't such a good climber, but with his bulk, he gets the lion's share of the low-hanging fruits, letting the little ones do the climbing. Of course, not everyone can get to the tops of the canopy, but the drills are fussy. And by hovering nearby, a duiker can benefit too from the ones that get away. So flowers and fruits are deliberate gifts to canopy dwellers that benefit both the diners and the plants themselves. Not everyone is welcome though. Leaf munchers are the tree's enemy. Leaves are the powerhouse of the plants, the lifeblood of the canopy, and the trees don't just give them away without putting up a fight. Leaves are packed with tannins, bitter chemicals to make them unpalatable. The older each leaf, the more the tannins build, and when the plant detects it's under attack, more noxious chemicals can be pumped into the leaves. But there is an active army in the canopy that the trees recruit for protection. Some species house ants, providing them with shelter and food, and in return, the ants will aggressively see off any potential vegetarians. To admire the beauty of the forest, it's not often we humans stop and browse. The sloth, on the other hand, gets plenty of chances, as it does a canopy crawl. Optimistically cruising at around 4 meters a minute, 21 times slower than our average speed. Normally it's fast enough to chase down leaves without burning too many calories. But this one's lost his appetite. He picks up the pace, well, as much as a sloth can, to pursue a female. This is what a car chase looks like in sloth cinema. But eventually, he gets his girl. Well, thinks he does. She's got a baby clinging to her stomach. She's not interested in acquiring another just yet. He burnt all those calories for nothing. The abundance of plant eaters in the canopy, of course, attracts predators too. Enormous harpy eagles will snatch sloths and monkeys from the branches. Predatory pest control. And the canopy provides a nesting platform for the enormous eagles to raise their young. The leaves, a sunscreen for the nursery. For temperate forests, the bare branches of winter are quickly reclothed in spring. The plants anxious to start harvesting the sunshine again. With the return of their green security blanket, shy wildlife can again go unseen, using the privacy to get their family planning underway. Tap, tap, tap. A woodpecker can smash its head into a tree 100 times a minute. Up to 12,000 times a day at a speed of 24 kilometers per hour. And in spring, it's not just to find food. These carpenters are building a nursery. This pair of black woodpecker shriek to proclaim their territory. They are nervous parents, but thanks to their impressive woodworking skills, they don't have much to worry about. The tree cavity is almost impregnable, high up and out of reach from ground predators, and covered, preventing attack from above. The parents dash in to pass food to the hungry chicks and dash off again, trying not to draw attention to their home. But once they are done, it's another story. Nests from previous seasons are much sought after real estate for other canopy dwellers. An ideal place for a goldeneye, one of the few ducks to nest in a canopy. Most nest on the ground. Hollows in chunky branches are safe havens for many canopy dwellers. Even swifts, birds that normally use cliffs, or more familiarly to us, the sides of buildings. Swifts are built for flying. They hardly ever land. Their legs are reduced to save weight and streamline them. They crash land into the holes as their legs are too small to cling to the bark. The cavities will keep their youngsters and the young of many other birds and mammals safe. And in one, the female red panda has given birth. The mother is cautious, coming to and from the home. Many predators lurk in the forest. Her biggest threat, the leopard. But the nest remains safely out of reach. It gives the panda a lucky break. But she's not so innocent herself. Though 95% of a red panda's diet is bamboo, she will top up on fruits, fungi, insects, and sometimes even small animals. Right now, with a baby to feed, a few extra calories wouldn't go amiss. And a tragopan pheasant catches her eye. The birds are primarily ground dwellers, the males with spectacular plumage to attract mates. But the females are subtle and complex browns to help them hide away when nesting. And this one's picked what she thought was a safe spot in the trees. A large game bird like this is a bit beyond the plodding panda's capabilities, but she watches the nest, and when the female pheasant hops off to feed, she thinks about getting herself some scrambled egg. But she's too slow. Mum's back. She never leaves them long enough to go cold. Like the pheasants, many species are not canopy dwellers, but will nip up to take advantage of them. There are other canopy visitors that the red panda needs to avoid, like moon bears that roam the forests of Asia. The Asiatic black bears are known as moon bears for the white crescent shape on their chests. Like most bears, despite their large size, they're adept climbers, so can enjoy the best of both worlds. Getting into the tree for fresh browsing. Mum can enjoy fresh oak, knowing that her cubs are off the ground and out of harm's way. Safety is a major draw for the canopy. In the Amazon, jaguars are South America's biggest cats, huge, powerful top predators. They are capable of hunting any other animal on the continent. They are expert climbers, but need sturdy branches to support their weight. Something this coati family knows. The youngsters need to perfect their climbing skills quickly to avoid falls. Dropping from the canopy could be fatal in itself, more so with a hungry predator lurking beneath. Very few mammals are able to rotate their ankles very far. They are rigid, supportive structures, but in the canopy, a number of species have adapted to be able to turn them out to help grip. Combined with their amazing tails, the perfect fifth leg and balancing aid, coatis are canopy kings and can enjoy foraging for insects or tucking into fruits, and thanks to the trees, in relative safety. In Madagascar, lemurs fill a similar niche. They are the results of an early branch of the primate family tree. Social and comical, they live out their days collecting leaves and flowers in the canopy. They are skillful, agile climbers. But so are their predators. Fossa are highly evolved relatives of the mongoose. Like the coatis of South America, they can rotate their ankles out to the sides to help them climb. This is an example of convergent evolution. The same feature evolved separately in totally unrelated animals. But in both cases, they make it easier to master the canopy. The fossa is so fast, agile and stealthy that it makes its living hunting lemurs. But he's out of luck today. At least he can enjoy the canopy's shade. Canopies are clearly not without their dangers, but for most species, they are sanctuary. Though they don't live or feed in the trees, huge black storks like to tuck their nests away in the treetops, out of the reach of foxes and other ground predators. Their nests can be enormous, so the storks must seek big, mature trees with strong enough limbs to support the family. The chicks will be nest-bound for more than 2 months, so the parents work hard to forage, mostly catching frogs and other small creatures in the damp corners of the forest. They will keep ferrying food until the chicks are ready to leave home. Like the storks, the golden-eyed duck is only a temporary resident. Her eggs have now hatched. Unlike the storks and most other birds that raise their babies in a tree nest, ducklings hatch ready to feed themselves. Though the first step's the hardest. Small and defenseless, their best bet is to get to water, which requires a leap of faith. Luckily, their lightweight bodies are wrapped in dense, spongy feathers, like being wrapped in cotton wool. With the ability to bounce, they have little to worry about. All they need is a head for heights. Apart from females heading to the trees to have families of their own, these birds will never look back. Their time in the canopy is done. But others will live out their lives here. A flying squirrel tempts her anxious baby from its den. Looking like superhero hamsters, flying squirrels can dash through the canopy, a cloak of skin rippling against the wind. Despite their name, they're not true flyers, but gliders. Pretty much run-of-the-mill squirrels, the flyers have longer bones in their hands and feet to support a patagium, a large flexible flap of skin that reaches from the ankles to wrists. Well prepared, the Caped Crusaders can cover 90 meters in a glide, even giving themselves a little lift using a cartilage spur on the wrist to change the shape of their membranes. Like living kites, they need never come to the ground. A daunting prospect for the little one, who's not quite ready to earn his wings. Mum goes out on a limb. She has to keep herself well fed so she can produce milk for the little one. He's not at all sure. His clumsiness catches someone else's attention. He makes it to Mum for a drink. She's happy to hang out while he feeds. But when she spots the observer, the party's over. Their home, Fort Knox, another second-hand woodpecker hole. Woodpeckers are useful neighbors to have around. Tits and other small birds use them too, as does the pygmy owl. The tiny predator is within the songbird size range itself, but can tackle quite large prey, like the vole it's brought back for its chick. The architect that built its home is still nearby, with a new and improved home that now houses a large chick. The owls seem to be bringing down the neighborhood. Perhaps because their own chick is close to fledging, the woodpeckers seem a little uncomfortable about the neighbors. The tiny owls can be bird killers. The parade of carcasses is getting too much to bear. Lucky the owl had a vole to use as a shield. That wood-chipping beak could have done a lot of damage. Before long, swifts are coaxing their young from their burrowed holes. Soon, they'll be undertaking huge migrations to escape the coming winter. The black stork chicks are as big as their parents and stretching their wings, ready to fly the nest. And little owlets are brought food while they negotiate the canopy. All the families aim to have their kids packed off into the outside world before the daylight hours shorten and the leaves begin to brown. With the canopy collapsing around them, animals need to get busy. Long, cold months lie ahead, so they stockpile food while they can. Having nurtured them during summer, the trees are dropping their nuts, their seeds, that carry the possibility of growing into baby trees, as long as they are not eaten. They are protein-rich and fatty, ideal for animals wanting to bulk up. It will be these fat reserves that will see them through. Squirrels gather the nuts, some of which they eat. But most they secretly stash, food stores for harder times. The nutcrackers are doing the same. They are even busier now, using the nuts to feed their young, which are close to leaving home, and then they will get back to stocking the larder. The nutcrackers will use their food stores to get them through the winter. Bears, on the other hand, cram in all the food they can. The cubs have grown, but are still more interested in play. But gathering food is an important business. The bears will escape the hardships of winter by hibernating. But they will only make it through if they pile on enough fat now. On chilly mountain slopes, the time has come for the little red panda to leave home. Mum pushes him out. His first tentative steps into the canopy, though with Mother close by. Before long, he's sampling the goods of the forest, the rich pickings he'll need to get strong. He seems quite at home in the trees. Until some noisy neighbors show up. Assam monkeys. Though they are macaques like the Barbary monkeys, they do not share the same philosophy towards family dynamics. The males play no role in parenthood and fight for dominance and the best chance at mating. Bearing their huge canines in threat, the atmosphere is quickly charged. A scary sight for the little red panda, and Mother ushers him home. So the Canopy Kingdom offers shelter, a nursery, and food to a huge variety of creatures. In fact, most of the world's land animals. Moreover, it regulates conditions, protects from the weather, guards the soil, and produces oxygen. Canopies are pretty vital to all life. And yet, few habitats are under greater threat. Climate change is altering the environment, and trees, like all life, can struggle to adapt quickly enough. Because of warmer weather and milder winters, they are suffering from outbreaks of disease and plagues of insects, like bark beetles, that can devastate entire forests. But by far the biggest threat they face is from direct human activity. Deforestation is rife, with trees clear-cut, felled for timber, or removed for construction, farming, or other land uses. They are replaced with monocultures of crops like palm oil or grazed by cattle. Other forests are degraded, damaged to the point where they no longer function. It's a global problem. In the past 3 decades, 420 million hectares have been lost. Half of the world's rainforest has been destroyed. Even now, an area the size of a football field is lost every 2 seconds. The cleared land loses its productivity. There's little fertility in the soil, and it quickly dries and erodes away. 1.5 billion people, including many of the world's poorest, are dependent on healthy forests for their livelihoods. Not to mention 3/4 of life on land that makes the forest home. Forest is also our greatest ally in the climate crisis, absorbing and storing 2.5 billion tons of carbon. To destroy it is lunacy. It threatens our own future on the planet. To keep a roof over our heads, we need the canopy. The green and giving blanket that protects life.